Welcome to this special winter weather edition of NC Transportation Now. I'm Mike Charbonneau. From the mountains to the coastal plains, NCDOT maintenance crews responded in full force to the state's first statewide significant snowstorm of 2016. Preparations began several days before the winter storm was forecast to hit our state. Crews spread 2.2 million gallons of brine along interstates, NC and US routes, and other state-maintained roads in advance of the storm to help minimize ice from sticking to the pavement. Along the coast, crews also spread salt and sand on area bridges. Governor McCrory declared a state of emergency, and the state's full emergency response team went into action.
I'm going to do my job as governor to make sure our guard, our DOT, our highway patrol officers, and the utility men and women who are risking their lives right now trying to restore power also are safe and secure.
With the potential for ice accumulation to bring down trees and limbs on roadways, crews made sure that equipment such as chainsaws were in good working order. Once the snow and ice started falling, crews worked in shifts around the clock to plow snow and clear state-maintained roads as quickly as possible. They spread salt and sand in areas to help melt ice on roadways to provide traction. NCDOT shared real-time road conditions and safety information to our citizens.
I just would remind everybody that this is a large-scale operation. We have 80,000 miles of state-maintained highway in North Carolina, and 60,000 of those miles are what are referred to as the secondary route. So when we start talking about clearing these routes, we have got to prioritize it. We have to work through a system. The divisions all have an order in which they are attacking this.
In all, crews used more than 69,000 tons of salt and more than 23,000 tons of salt sand mixture. After the storm passed, crews from areas along the coast traveled westward to impacted areas between Raleigh and Asheville to assist those crews with clearing roads. For more information on how NCDOT responds to winter weather and for more on this storm, visit ncdot.gov. When you get ready to hop in the car and head down the road this winter season, think twice before putting your children in heavy, puffy coats before you buckle them in. The Governor's Highway Safety Program wants to remind parents to keep kids and all passengers safe by removing bulky coats before buckling up and hitting the road. Bulky clothing, including winter coats and snowsuits, can compress in a crash and lead to increased risk of injury. When getting ready to hit the road, dress your child in thinner layers and tuck a coat or a blanket around them over the buckled straps if needed. Unless their jacket is no thicker than a fleece, make sure that you take your child's coat off prior to buckling them in. The same holds true for adults. Remember, mind the gap and think about whether or not your coat is too thick to wear when buckled in the car. Well, that's all for this edition of NC Transportation Now. As always, stay connected with us through Facebook, where you can see pictures from the most recent winter storm, and Twitter, that's at NCDOT. And from all of us here at NCDOT, safe travels.